Welcome, Emery and Henry, folks. Let's look at some new AI tools you can use in graphic design. I'm one, a text to video clip generated by Synthesia. Like many others, you can try it for free. Woohoo.
Okay, so here's a picture I took on my phone of a tumbler in my office. Kittle, I'm going to use their AI tool for removing the background in my photo and putting in a new background. But I can't upload this picture, it's grayed out when I find it here in my assets because it's using an iPhone with the HEIC file format. Uh-oh, what are we going to do? Well, you're going to need to use Preview or some other application to open up your original file and export it into a supported file format that this web platform will accept, such as JPEG or PNG. So I'm adjusting the quality and exporting that here now. Now that I have a JPEG version of the photo, I can go back into Kittle, upload it, because it's now in a recognized file format. So here comes my Tumblr photo. There it is on Kittle on their website. This is free, by the way. You have to do various things to earn credits, but I didn't pay for any of this. Okay, so I selected a background and asked for, well, first I'm asking for it to remove the background on my image. There we go. Now it's gone. Now I'm going to select a background to replace it with. Now this isn't an exact replica. This is the AI creating a background based on you giving it this input. This is where AI is a little unexpected sometimes. So I requested the red silk, but it's looking at my image and it's coming up with what it thinks is the best solution to create. It doesn't just copy and paste, it generates, it creates. So not only did it create a lid for my tumbler, which it doesn't have, it created that background, which didn't look right at all. So try again. That's trial and error is the way to work with AI these days. So I made my Tumblr image a little bit larger, and I'm selecting not the red velvet, but this psychedelic background, and asking it to generate another background, and let's see what it does. I'm leaving this in here so you can get a sense of how quickly it actually works doing this. So we're waiting for it to generate a new background. There it is. So something completely different this time. And it doesn't really look like what I picked either, a little bit more, but you know, it's still pretty different. It is using this as data to create something new. It is not copying and pasting or putting two things together necessarily in the way that you might be used to. So good thing though, got a couple of interesting product shots. You have to keep repeating this process until you get what you really want, or be willing to accept some of the strange things that AI generates. So I saved those images. Now I'm going to go to a text to image generator to just generate a brand new image based on text. So I don't have to take a photo or do anything to begin with. We're still on Kittle. I'm going to take a blank project, so there's nothing distracting. There's no templates involved. There's a lot of annoying little pop-ups I've got to get rid of. Now I'm going to put my prompt in here. This is, as we've talked about, the secret with AI is coming up with a good prompt. So one of the things you do is the positive information, what you want in the ad or the image that you're creating or the illustration, but you can also do things like negative prompts. You can say no distortion, no disfigurement, no deformities, things like that to tell it to make human beings or animals or things look the way they look. Don't try to change them. That's the negative part of the prompt. The positive part of the prompt, the more details you can provide, the better. Most of these AI systems are trained on what is available on the web and will reflect the biases of what is on the web. So if you typically just put in like show me a woman, it's going to be a young white woman. That's why I'm specifying Latina here to see what it does and see if it will give me something more recognizable that way. I put in horchata as the beverage she's drinking, but I don't know if it's going to know what horchata is. So that's a little experiment there. And let's say we're doing this for something here at Emery and Henry, so I'm asking for a wasp on the shoulder. I picked a psychedelic design style. So this is text that I have given it. a description of what I want, and then I've picked an aesthetic, a style for it to employ. And then in just a matter of seconds, it's going to generate an option. Here it is. So this is what it generated. It's actually, I think the colors are pretty psychedelic, but I think it is a recognizably Latina woman. The wasp that I asked for on the shoulder is sort of there, but those also look like kind of butterfly mutants. And unfortunately, the other wasp is sitting right, or insect. I don't know what that is, but it's sitting right on her breast. So yes, sometimes AI makes strange choices. And the horchata doesn't look anything like horchata. But still, for 10 seconds, that's pretty amazing. Then there's lots of things in here where you can adjust the saturation, the brightness. You can tweak if the image is close enough to what you want. You can then do all these different tweaks with it to adjust and modify it to make it better prepared for your design. You can also then choose sizing options for exporting or saving it locally on your computer. Okay, now we're looking at Ad Maker. What I really want to know is, can I use AI not just to create elements, but to create an entire design? So let's see what Ad Maker does. I'm hoping it's going to let me create an entire design for an ad in Instagram. So you see there, it does sort of have an Instagram template. I'm going to upload my Tumblr image again. There it is. We've got my Tumblr. I can make it a little larger, move it around, adjust things like that. And then it has a variety of background templates that I can choose from for this. I'm going to choose to do an Instagram story so I can sort of see here how it would look. So notice I choose a background, and this time what this system does is it shows you the text prompt that generated that exact background. So if I want that exact background, I just leave the text alone. Or if I want to play with it, I can edit that text to make a different prompt. So I'm editing here, let's make it red, and let's have some ants crawling around on it. And then it gives us some more options about the style. So I'm going to select a couple of those, and let's see what it generates in terms of backgrounds. So it's given me 4 different backgrounds, and you can see how the Tumblr looks with them, as well as the backgrounds on their own down here. 2 of them do not have the ants. It just decided not to do it. This one, the third one, I like best. Looks kind of fake. I don't know, but like I said, AI is for quick first drafts. Using Photor, another platform, I want to see if I can do I want to see if I can do a whole design. That one just kind of gave me some image options. So this one, it's claiming to be AI generating a design, but it really is feeling to me a lot more like your typical, Canva or template-based design program. So I'm, going in here and I'm picking a poster. I'm going to speed this one up because it really doesn't seem to be using a lot of AI. It's just kind of a robust template system. So I guess what's different with Photor is they have some AI image generation elements built into the system. There are so many different AI tools available out there. They are changing names and they are changing features every day. Now this is a lot more interesting. This is a new AI plugin for the Figma design platform, and it is a text to design. So they're doing some website design here, but these are based on text prompts. They're not just creating images or illustrations, but they're saying, I want the hero story of a web page. I want the banner. I want this. It needs to say that. They're doing text inputs here, like with a chat bot, and it is generating those elements for a web design. So this is getting a lot closer to, I think, where we'll be going, where you're telling it to do not just the elements, but the design as well. And what's interesting is it creates these design components, which you can then, within the platform, assemble. So you can see now it's starting to build this website based on the text prompts. So here comes the website. You can assemble all the elements And then you can go back to the AI assistant and ask it for feedback. You can basically get a virtual critique, have it point out things that ask it to tell you things that it thinks could be better. So you're going to see here a chat window pop up, and there's the AI assistant, and the user is asking for feedback and things that it can do. And you can select from these which things you want to do. By the way, this is not my video. This is the video that the company created because I wanted a little more efficient way of showing you for this one. So this is the Figma AI Assistant. Like I said, I think that shows us the direction that a lot of these things will be going to, where you're not just using text or voice text to generate the components like images or illustrations or backgrounds, but you can be dictating by text the kind of layout you want, whether it's for a website or a flyer or things like that.